Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego, everybody. Hey, do you have an old car sitting around that you haven't driven in a while, and maybe you just got one that's an eyesore and you want to get rid of? We have an opportunity, and it's all for a great cause,
Absolutely.
right, Dave?
And it's a very good possibility that it'll be a tax write-off. Talk to your tax consultant. And it all goes to the Burn Institute. And let me tell you what, if you don't know anything about the Burn Institute, on one hand, that might be a good thing because you haven't had the experience, but on the other hand, you really need to help. Susan Day is with us. She is the director today.
That's correct.
All right, tell us about the Burn Institute first, and then we'll talk about Ricky Bobby's car.
Yeah, well, the Burn Institute is a local nonprofit. We've been here for over 45 years, and we do fire and burn prevention as well as burn survivor support services. So you well know Camp Beyond the Scars, our camp for burn injured children, and the funds raised through the Demolition Derby will help kids go, and families don't pay anything.
Exactly, and it's not, it's not cheap to put this camp on. I mean, and you got to give the kids a 5-star experience.
Yes.
And it gives them an opportunity to hang out with kids with like problems, burns, and what have you. But for all you folks out there that see the firemen running around with those boots, well, that's what that's for. And we do a lot of raising money. Cajon Speedway used to be huge about doing the Burn Institute. Yep. They went away. Del Mar picked it up. And now we have these two guys as part of the result. Both drivers. Dustin has driven a couple times, and you've driven how many times?
2 years.
2 years, and this is your car right here.
Yes, this is my
yours,
car.
Jeff?
This is my car, and I'm hoping that this year will be a better year for us.
Wow.
He's also the #1 fundraiser last year too. He did that well. Look at that smile. Who would say no to a smile like that? Give me money, give me money. But his car is Ricky Bobby, from well, he's even got his Ricky Bobby driving suit.
Do you really?
He didn't wear it today, but
yeah, we have a good time with it.
But it is hard right now finding cars. People are just, for whatever reason, I don't know where all the Crown Vics went because all the Priuses showed up. So if anybody has it, or if you know a wrecking yard that's got them, Dustin, do they even have to run?
No, we prefer that they run and drive, but we can make them run if you have a good mechanic.
Right.
For sure.
And if anybody wants to volunteer services, like if you have a repair shop, maybe you have an extra engine in the back, or maybe you have a transmission, go to the Burn Institute.
Yes.
Just go to the website. There's a place for them to send you a message.
Sure.
And let me tell you, folks, if you haven't seen the Burn Institute Demo Derby out at the fair, it is wild. It's as hardcore. It's to be just like as if you guys were at Daytona, right?
It's a blast.
What's it? I mean, I've seen them. We're going to show you some right now. We're looking at some B-roll of the Demolition Derby. What's it like being inside one of these and just you get blindsided? I mean, what's it like when you're done?
It's a rush. You definitely don't see it coming a lot of times because your head's on a swivel. But that hit right there, I didn't see coming, and that was ultimately my demise.
Is that right?
Broke the motor mount and took us out.
Now look at the wheels on this car. Okay, where do you think those come from? Those come from a forklift.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how serious these guys are about winning.
Look how thick the tread is.
Well,
just dig in,
because one of the biggest problems with car tires, they'll puncture a tire. Have you ever punctured one of these?
This one we've had good luck with, but we just need to keep it in. So.
Yeah, you just need to keep it in. And some of the sponsors, that's the other thing too. If you do sponsor one of the cars, your name gets all over the side of the car. Yeah. It gets on television. You guys have a big party prior to the demo derby where you get a lot of exposure. So not only is it a good potential for a tax write-off, but it's a good way to give back to the community because, let's face it, the fire departments, I mean, you guys work your hearts off and we couldn't thank you enough for what you do. But this is kind of your fun time. I mean, let's face it, you have a blast out there.
It's a blast. We have good competition.
Yeah, great competition. It's lots
so
of fun.
You haven't got a car yet, have you?
I do not. I need a car.
So we got to get you a car.
You want to, Jeff?
I do. We're actually
because this one's done.
Well, we are going to put this one back in. We're going to go try for a third year. I know Susan's not real happy about that. But, we're going to try. Third time's a charm.
Yeah,
so,
because they think the car's jinxed, but I don't think it's jinxed at all. So, folks, if you have, what kind of a car are you looking for?
Really anything. If you got a car that's not going to pass smog, it's just really beat up, preferably something big that can do a lot of damage. A station wagon is probably the best. Old Crown Vic, old Cadillacs, any old car like Lincoln, 70s, 80s. It's
made out of steel.
Made out of steel. V8 kind of thing. And all it's got to do is go and drive in reverse. It could have no tires on it. If it starts, we'll take it. The closest starting, we'll take it.
You know what the ideal vehicle would be?
What?
A Brinks truck.
No, they won't let you do that.
Blow everybody
our track official will not let that happen. I mean, trust me, if anybody could have figured it out, these guys would have figured it out. Now, what fire department are you from?
San Diego Fire Rescue.
Okay, and you're from?
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad. And we do have, and the other thing that's really cool out there too is they have the parade of fire trucks that come from all over the county. They meet at the queue and they come rolling into Del Mar. But the main thing is if you live in and around a fire department, just walk up to them and say, hey, you guys want to be in the demo derby? I got a car. Just come get it.
There you go. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, pink slip, give them the pink slip, and boom. I mean, it's the only way to happen. What's the website?
Burninstitute.org.
Burninstitute.org. So if you have anything that you can do to help out, or maybe if you want to come down at the fire department, help work, because you guys, the other thing people need to understand is every dime that goes into these cars comes out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm. And when is the Derby?
June 2nd.
June 2nd, so we got a little time. Got to fix up the cars.
So no city money goes into it, none of the tax money goes into it, just our hard-earned money.
Okay, and we got the information on the screen right now.
Should we hook you up for a car? Should we get you a drive out there?
I don't know. Jeff might be able to talk me into it. Let's do it. What is your title now? Chief?
Battalion Chief.
Battalion Chief.
Yes,
Jeff, we graduated high school together. I've known him almost my whole life.
Wow,
Absolutely.
he made it to the top.
Yeah, right?
You could be his
Seriously.
driver.
I don't know if I'd say that, but
It's great seeing you, man.
likewise.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego right after this.
Give it away.